it's Gordo here from Gordo's Games, and I'm bringing you some Digimon TCG content today. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile. This one is not my normal avenue of play, but it was just something I thought I'd try out, something I'd run with. So I've taken pieces and ideas from all over the place, but this is something I generally concocted myself, with a bit of help from my team as well, so big shout out to Legion. But let's get into it. Let's go and check it out. If you do like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you, alright? Okay, first things first, let's start with eggs. Okay, so we're running just 4 eggs, we run 4 Digimon. It's yellow. That's the only thing I can tell you it's useful for. I mean, also its other effect can come off with a rookie, that can come off, but yeah, that is purely the reason. Level 3s, we run 3. We run 3 Alphamon. Recovery, like I said, this can come up. Not very often, but it can come up. So that's purely the reason we run that one for. We run no level 4s, and we run 8 level 5s. We run 2 Mamimon. Has decoy black, which isn't really the most relevant. I guess it can come up occasionally, but it's not the most relevant. But its other effect is on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost of 7 or less. So it is a form of removal. This is why it's being run in here. It can come up in that circumstance. We run 2 Alphamon. On play, de-digivolve by 1. One of the best ways to get around some things like Craniumon, de-digivolve, or outlasting the Jesmon stuff is by getting rid of all the Jesmon. So even de-digivolving one gets rid of one, so they can't return it back. We run 2 Andromon. It's a blocker. It slows down the rush battles a little bit, gives us a bit of break there. 2 Megadramon. Gives inheritable to our level 6s with blocker and level 7s. So all around just a useful card there. Okay, so that's level 5s. 6s. Count as we go. We run 4 Gankumon. Really strong card, really good card. So it has an aggressive point to it. So if you have an active body unsuspended, you get security net +1, which is great. But obviously it also has the effect when digivolving, you delete the lowest play cost on digivolve. So if they have a single stack, it gets rid of that stack. If they have multiple of the same lowest play cost, it gets rid of multiple. It's a very versatile card. We run 3 Alphamon. Alphamon's a really good card, just purely on the basis that it's got a lot of versatility in how it's used. The application of gaining DP buff to potentially swing over bigger bodies, or even not gaining DP buff and just swinging to gain the additional 2 memory back. Well, gain 2 memory, so that you're extending your talents out a little bit more. So it's a really good card, and it has the security effect which adds to hand. So if you're struggling for 6s, you haven't seen any, this gets added hand from security, and if you have a Royal Night Out, things get up to 12 things get minus security tech. Is it minus security tech 1? Oh, sorry, they just can't attack players for the turn. My bad. It's not minus security that they can't attack any further. But all checks that would have happened whilst when you hit this would still go through. But yeah, no, it has an interesting amount of versatility to it, and it's not just you having a Royal Knight or an X antibody. It's your opponent if they have one as well. Always a good point to make a note of. And then we run 4 Craniumon. Craniumon helps a lot of matchups these days. Muskets, security control, Cranius just puts a lot of work. So this is the Royal Knight lineup, and we run 4, 8, 11. Sorry about it. Right, we're going on to level 7s. My voice literally just gone all of a sudden. Midway through a video, there's some commitment. We run 4 Sword Defeats. Placement security, so with the Alphamon it's another potential threat to come out. 12th. Alphamon's not a threat from security, but it does battle, then go to hand. So it's resource, should I say. This is a potential threat. Put this nice one at the top here. Because if it does come out of security, yes, they don't battle it, but next turn you're swinging it into something. And if it's a bigger body, or if it's 13k for 13k, I'll happily swing this into one of theirs and trade for 2. Any day of the week. We run one swap, allowing us to get things like Alphamon to proc. Even if I get two Alphamons off from a swap, great plays. Or even an Alphamon and a Mamumon, because Mamumon still has the undeletion, so it could potentially take out another part of the board. So we run it for that, and then we run one antibody. Go on all of these, just that little bit added removal, and potentially a little bit of control. It's not the safest card this set with how much removal there is, but you know it can come up. So we have a one-off. If not, it's a 15k body in security. So we run 6 level 7s there. Options. This is where it gets bulky. So we're gonna go through Tamers first. We just run 4 Izzy and Joe. It's not your turn if you're in. It has 2 or more Digimon, gain 2 memory. So it's not a guaranteed memory reset, but it's 2 memory gain regardless. If they put you on 4, and they've got 2 Digimon, you go to 6. You can work out the maths. it's very applicable. Obviously, things like this can be played around, but if they are playing around things like this particular one, they're looking to slow themselves down or go into one Digimon doing multiple checks, which isn't always the safest against this deck. Opponents one of your black Digimon is deleted. You may suspend this team to trigger draw 1. Allows us to get some added draw power as well. Right, options. Obviously, a lot of these have text that you already know what they're doing, so I'm just going to go through them as brief as you basically see. There's this text on this next one. It's that I can't read all this. Final Zubagon Punch. We all know what it does. In brief terms, as long as I'm 13k, use it. I go up to 16. I get reboot and blocker and security attack +1. Very good card. Good with the Alphamons particularly. That's what it's in there for, because they can buff themselves up by 2k quite easily. Give them blocker. A great play. Or if you go Ganku, keep turn, and Zuba, it's still your turn, go into a sword defeat. This will then you have another thing on board, shall I say, and you have a sword defeat out, you can Zubagon Punch this, or the antibody, or the Zwart. And if you have blocker, they're protected by Crania. So ignore me, I was wrong there. You basically you have to resolve the effect of being 13 before you do anything. You can't just add up to it by the end of the turn. That was one rule and I came across at one point. We run 3 Holy Waves. Recover 1. Simple as that. This is what the deck wants to do. It wants to keep recovering things, putting threats in security, slowing down your opponent. And there's again reinforced memory boost. Reveal top 2. Add 1 to the top of security and add 1 to hand. Good for stacking your hand and also for putting a threat in place for your opponent. So I'll either make them want to play around it, so they'll allow to try and throw some out there so they can tank the damage from security, or if they've committed to a strong board already, it could potentially wipe the board or make them play around it, but even more so. We run 4 Iron Fist Onslaught. Reverse of Gankumon kills the highest play cost, so it's always going to kill a big tower where possible, but once again can clear multiple. And then we run 4 Wyvern's Breath. Severely good card. Gets around Crania, for instance, gets around majority of things. Doesn't quite kill Jesmons, because most Jesmons, played correctly, are swinging for at least 18, 20k whenever they feel like. They're doing some crazy stuff. And then we run 2 Ultimate Flare. As you can see here, we have a good variety of removal, some recovery options, some defensive options, and yeah, this is Royal Knight's Control. Let me know what you think. If you do like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any comments before any suggestions you've advice to make, I'm always open to suggestions, so feel free to stop them in there. And don't forget, on my last video, the Gobu Bonds of Friendship one, I did do an announcement for a giveaway for a map, so I am going for a milestone of 500 subs. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get yourself involved, and then go on to that video, Gobu Bonds, and comment as to why you got into Digimon. And then when we hit that milestone as a group, due to all your support, I'll be looking to announce that as soon as, so you can get one of these nice, lovely mats right here. So thanks for stopping by Gordo's Games. Let's get digital and let's get going.